Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Powerful Man Show. I am your host, Doug Holt, with my co-host, Tim, the Powerful Man Matthews. What's going on, brother?
I'm pleased to be here. Yeah, it's
As you should be.
you were riffing on the last episode. It was great. I enjoyed it. So if this is your first one, I would highly recommend going back and checking out the last one. Dougie Fresh shared some gold.
Oh, thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what's on tap
So
for us today, Tim?
yeah, let's dive in. So as you're probably aware, there was a scenario that got shared with us within the movement from one of the amazing men. And he shared how he has just found out that one of his good friends, potentially his best friend, has just been caught cheating on his wife. Now, obviously, at first he was kind of torn, it caught him off guard. But the point is, he wants to win his wife back, right? So I know I have been in relationships in the past where I have been on the wrong side of cheating, as in I'm the one doing it. And I've wanted to also win that woman back. I'm curious. I mean, what advice would you give to this guy?
Well, yeah, I think it's important first to, first of all, say that, we have men that come into the activation method who have been cheated on by their partner. That's whether it's a physical affair or an emotional affair is more prominent for the guys that come through. Then we also have guys that come through who were the person who did the cheating with a friend, secretary, Starbucks girl, whatever. And so we approach it with no judgment, right, at all of who's doing what. The key here is the intent. And that's what I would tell this guy. First of all, no judgment. You messed up, you made a mistake, and I'm not saying you made a mistake, but you're saying you made a mistake. Let's just make that abundantly clear. You're saying you made a mistake by your actions and your own validity of, oh, I screwed up, I want her back. Cool. Let's start from that point. All right. Now, what do you get to do? Well, you get to change your behavior, right? If you really want her back, actions are going to speak louder than words. No amount of I'm sorry, I screwed up is going to help you. None. So that's not the key here. Now we look at this, Tim, we talk about in a lot of the videos that we've done about scales, right? Relationships are like the balance scales, like the justice scale, where there's, a beam in the center and they have a prong, almost like a T that hangs down to weights, right? Measuring things. And we start off in your marriage or your relationship with dating, it's heavily weighted on the good things, right? The good experiences, the good feelings are heavily weighted. They heavily outweigh the bad ones. And the joke kind of I always make is, you could fart in front of your now wife and she'd giggle about it, right? Or hit you with a pillow and you guys would both laugh because the good experiences and feelings so far outweighed the bad ones. However, as time goes on, that scale starts to tip a little bit, right? You start to be involved in a marriage that feels more like a roommate. And I always say it's not the cool roommate who tosses you a beer so you can sit on the couch and watch Sports Center. It's the roommate who criticizes you for the way you do the dishes, for the way you leave this toilet seat up. And these little criticisms add up. Now the scales go to neutral, and then they start tipping ever so slightly over time, unless there's an acute problem like cheating, to negative feelings far outweighing the good ones. And when we get in a situation anytime when the negative feelings and experiences far outweigh the good ones, there's one solution that works most every time. So in this guy's situation, the scale is so out of proportion, right? His wife, her negative feelings towards him and negative experiences towards him far outweigh the good ones, right? He just violated her trust. So what does he do? Clean slate method. Easiest and fastest way to bring the scales from negative to neutral. Because a clean slate method, as you know, Tim, it wipes out the past. It gives you the opportunity of drawing a line in the sand and saying, we start from here. And more importantly, it showcases to your wife that you've changed and that you're serious about it because you're owning your side of the street. The clean slate method wipes the past away. It wipes the slate clean and gives you an opportunity to move forward in a very productive manner.
Mm, I agree. The clean slate method we have seen. I'm just thinking, because actually, obviously, as you know, Doug, we're updating the activation method trainings. And this week, we're actually doing the clean slate method, right? So the bonus for the guys that are going to be joining us moving forwards, they'll get both versions, which is great. And part of doing this has been looking at some examples of successful clean slate letters. That's part of the clean slate method. And, the coaches work with the men. Usually it takes 2 or 3 revisions to come up with an effective clean slate letter that's then deployed in the relationship. But just the results actually that I was looking at yesterday that these men have achieved off the back of the clean slate is incredible. So yeah, I'd completely agree with you. The clean slate is a fantastic first step. Now I'm going to throw a curveball because I couldn't help just put myself back into the position that I was in. In my first serious relationship, I was cheated on. My second, I was with this girl for like 6 or 7 years. I cheated on her multiple times, and it's not something I'm proud of at all. And looking back, I've unpacked why I did that. A lot of it came from my own insecurities and inadequacy. Um, but for this guy, the curveball is, why did you cheat in the first place? Because the clean slate method, should you choose to go down that route, is going to be a tool that will bridge the gap. It will begin to tip those scales, no doubt about it. It just will. And what I would invite you to consider is, are you really up for the challenge after that point as well, right? Because this particular guy, there's multiple occasions. There's a relationship. It just wasn't a one-off, right? There was a relationship that was happening alongside the marriage, and usually there's a reason for that. Whether there's intimacy that just isn't been experienced, or whether there's a whole host of reasons. And maybe this guy has been doing the work, maybe he hasn't. I don't know the answer to that, right? What I do know is the guys that are in our program that have been cheated on or have cheated, that are doing the work on themselves, they then forge ahead in a relationship that is very different to the relationship that they had in the past, the relationship that led to the infidelity. Now, I don't know what kind of program or support or growth plan that this gentleman is on, but if he isn't on one, deploying the clean slate method 100% will bridge the gap. And without the other pieces, my fear for you is that you're going to risk being in the same position again in 6, 12, maybe 18 months down the line, when the buzz of trying to win her back has worn off, because your competitive edge is going to come out. You're going to love the challenge. You're going to win it back. You're going to deploy something that works. But if you then don't have the tools to continue shifting and repairing and rebuilding the relationship to create the kind of relationship that you actually love, then the reality is you're probably going to end up at the same position.
It's a great point. We're doing a masterclass right now on how to handle shit tests like an Aikido master is kind of the topic. And you can't imagine the amount of tests that you're going to get from your wife, and rightfully so. Now, all men get tests. We all get shit tests. And I didn't invent the word shit tests. We can call them fitness tests if you want, but I'm just going to keep using the vernacular that's common. You're going to get tested left, right, and center. She's going to test you. And if you can't weather that storm, there's no way she's going to believe you. No way. Right. And what happens a lot of times for men in this situation, if they are not solid, if they have not done the continuous work to get rid of the situation, like you're talking about, get rid is not the right word. Remedy is the word I'm looking for. Remedy the situation that caused this, whether it be lack of feeling fulfilled in the marriage, whether it be lack of self-worth, and all of a sudden this woman's paying attention to you, where it could be sexual fantasies that weren't being fulfilled, Madonna the horror story, whatever. There's a lot of, we've seen them all with the powerful man. Nothing that you've done or have ever thought of doing is going to shock us in any way, shape, or form at this point. But unless you remedy that situation, she's going to test you and you're going to crumble. And we've seen this happen time and time again. Unfortunately, it's the advisors are the ones that hear this more than I do, because they're the guys and girls that get on the calls with guys who are interested in the activation method. And a lot of times guys are like, oh, no, I think I can do this myself. Typical guy response, right? And then they go out and they try to remedy the situation. Their wife lets them come back in. And then their wife tests them, they crumble, test them, they crumble. And the wife goes out and fulfills what she needs with somebody else.
Mm.
The wife ends up having an affair. And it's more than an affair. Usually the wife leaves with that other guy. She's just planning her escape. She decides, hey, I'm going to give him another chance. And then he crumbles. He doesn't cheat again, but he crumbles under the test. He can't be the lighthouse because he doesn't have the foundation to be the lighthouse. He's the lighthouse whose light turns off when the storm gets too rough. And that's when the ships, they're looking for a safe harbor, need the lighthouse the most. And so they know they can't trust that lighthouse. And when they know they can't trust that lighthouse to continuously be on when the storm is the worst, well, she's going to go look for a lighthouse that she feels she can. Because she's already got a history of you not being reliable. So yes, clean slate method, I'm still sticking with that, is the best way to wipe the slate clean. And to Tim's point, you have to do the continuous work to make sure that you are anchored in your power as a man, as a powerful man. So when those tests do come your way, you don't fight them and attack them. It's like a keto. It's why we call it handling shit tests like an Aikido master. You just flip them and fling them off like they're nothing. Now your wife is going, okay, when the storms are really rough, and the stuff's really coming at us, because life's going to come at us, he is strong and he's got my back. And that's the only way you continue forward, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. It reminds me, I was speaking to somebody yesterday and he was complaining, he complained rather, in his relationship about a lack of intimacy. He wanted more of it, right? And so what he did was he tried addressing the issue of a lack of intimacy with his wife, kept bringing it up in conversation, kept facing it head on, and every time she would close down, right? Eventually they had a conversation, and what came out of it was the fact that she wasn't in a position to want to be intimate with him because he wasn't doing some of the foundational things. So for him, he was dealing with the symptom, which was lack of intimacy, and not the root cause, which was a lack of leadership from him. Because when he actually led and had a conversation with her in a direct, firm, and loving way, been a wolf, been a lighthouse, right? She then felt seen and heard, and she went from, no, I'm not interested in intimacy or this particular, he asked her to watch a TV show. No, I'm not going to watch that thing about intimacy. I'm not going to do it. To, cool, I'll do it this week. She'd completely shifted because he led. It's the same with this guy, right? The clean slate method, fantastic. It's gonna create an opening. It's gonna allow you to fill that gap with something, but you've got to fill it with something. And by default, that will mean getting to the root of why you've been cheating in the first place. Because maybe, to your point, Doug, maybe he's been failing at shit tests all along. They're just beaten down. He's tired. He's exhausted. He's like, hang on a minute, why are you not appreciating everything I'm doing? Maybe he just doesn't even know what a shit test is, right? We've been there. And therefore, he's then going outside of the relationship. But yeah, 100%, you got to get to the root of it versus dealing with the symptom. And the clean slate method is a fantastic tool. And it forms the base of the triad of connection, right? The triad of connection, which is what will give the men in the activation method to reactivate them, to shift them from deactivate to activate, forms the base of the pyramid. Then either side of it, it holds up the live as a king system and the hidden motives technique, right? All those three sides work in harmony with one another. Without them, there isn't a triad. It isn't there. So the clean slate method, again, as I keep saying, yes, fantastic tool. And it's a tool in the toolkit. You've got to fill that toolkit with some other tools as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine, if you think of your marriage and your life as building a house, you have to have that solid foundation. We all know that. But you can't just bring a hammer or just a drill or, just a sawzall or whatever. You need all the tools to make it easy and effective. Yes, you could use, go back and go old school and chop down the trees yourself and, get them all ready. You can watch YouTube videos of people that do that. And it takes, years for them to build a log cabin that you would not want your family to be in, especially if there was a storm. So guys, you just need the tools in your toolbox. And Tim, what I'm going to do is, because the guy that brought this conversation to the plate is a guy that's very important to the movement. He's been with us for a while. On behalf of him, what I'd like to do is offer anybody listening to this that would like to get a breakdown of the clean slate method. All you have to do is I'll tell you what, I'll go the extra step here. Go to thepowerfulman.com/bonus, and I'll make sure the clean slate method is up there for you. It'll be up there for a short period of time. I'm not making any claims of how long it'll be there, but I will make sure it's up there for at least a week after this podcast airs. So go over to thepowerfulman.com/bonus, and you'll be able to grab the clean slate method. And that's in particularly for this gentleman who brought this to the table, because he cares about this guy, his friend, who's going through this situation. And that's the reason you wanted to bring this to the table, is because not only to help him, but also there's so many other men, I'm guessing, that are out there that are in this situation. Maybe it's not cheating, right? Maybe they've done something else. Maybe they've squandered their savings into crypto and it didn't work out, or real estate deal, or they've gone down and they've done some dumb stuff, right? They got their third DUI, right? The third DUI, whatever it is. We're men, we make mistakes. Naturally, a lot of us do. Not all of us, but most of us make mistakes, but some of them make them greater. I think most guys, I think every guy listening to this has been one decision away, just that little bit away from doing too much and getting into trouble, right? Whether it be cheating, drunk driving, or whatever it is in life. And so those that have find themselves in the situation, again, go over to thepowerfulman.com/bonus, and I'll make sure the clean slate method PDF is up there for you guys to grab. And then I encourage you to employ it. And like Tim said, go back, listen to this. You have to continuously do the work. This will rebalance the scales, and hopefully you get momentum going in the right direction, where the scales are tipped in your favor, where the good memories, the good feelings, not memories, but feelings and experiences far outweigh the bad. Because when you're in that situation, life is good. Life is great. And, Tim, you and I were talking off air about, how many great feelings and things you have planned for you and, Amelia and your future family that you're developing. And you're doing that because right now in your relationship with Amelia, the good experiences and feelings far outweigh the negative ones, because you continuously do the work. But gentlemen, I'm going to invite you to do the same. So again, go over to thepowerfulman.com/bonus. I'll keep it up there for at least 7 days after this recording drops. I got to scramble to make sure it gets up there. But I'll put that on my to-do list, guys. Your to-do list is make sure you guys go ahead and get that. Tim, thanks for bringing this one to the table.
Welcome. Thank you to the gentleman that shared it with us.
Yes, absolutely. Gentlemen, as always, in the moment of insight, take massive action. We'll see you next time on The Powerful Man Show.